Hello and welcome to the Energy Show. It is I, Sylvia Hartmann, coming to you live from beautiful Eastbourne by the sea and the space of timelessness where we can all meet. Don't know where, don't know when, but here we are. And I am really excited about today's show. I just been smiling ever since I thought of it. The idea came to me that we're going to do the wishes today. I'm just going to say a happy good morning to Mazier and to Marianne and to my friend Amon. Hello. It's fantastic to have you here with me today. So, shall we get right into it? Shall we have a word from the sponsors first? Okay, yes, I love that. This is quite funny. Oh, good morning, dear Helen. Welcome to the Three Wishes. Yes, today's sponsors is Star Matrix, the best personal development method ever devised. Find out more about this marvelous way to get a better life, better self-esteem, and better relationships with everyone, including the great creative order itself, at starmatrix.org. Yeah, I'm great. We have that out of the way. Good morning, dear Marina and Revitalize. Hello there. Yeah, I want to be your wishing elf today. I want to make your dreams come true. I would love to have that power. I would love to have that power. But you never know. Between me and you and what we're going to do, fate might reveal itself and come to us. And yeah, you never know, do you? Yeah, okay, let's get started. Let's get started at the beginning. I have been interested in wishes, making wishes, all my life, fascinated by the process of it, the thought process, but also obviously, the energy process of it. And so let's just start right at the beginning with all the reversals. Put your hand up if you've ever wished from the bottom of your heart for something and it didn't come true. I think there are many amongst us who have had experiences in the past where something was super important to them and they, all the way back possibly to childhood, but also in between, where something was super important and you wished with all your heart, but it just didn't happen. And somehow you lost faith in wishes. And that is as it may be, but we are older now and oh, so much wiser. We have learned many things, and energy work is one of those remarkable things that can change the way we think, the way we feel, and the way we do things. And this then brings with it different outcomes, and we learn something about how the world works. Wishes are really important to human beings. Let's start with that. Let us accept the fact that wishing for something is something that human beings do. It makes me quite emotional even thinking about that, because it is such an amazing, powerful thing. And it's free of religious connotations. It's not a prayer. It's not a spell. It's a wish, just a wish. I wonder if we can make it so that we can activate the power of the wish today. And so, yeah, it's the very first time I really started getting into this whole wish thing was during the old Project Sanctuary Masters course, the hardest course on earth. And yes, it was. And that's why we don't have it anymore. We have the Supermind Masters course instead, which is much less harrowing at the multi-level. But there was I was moved to write virtually an entire chapter about making wishes. And the reason that I did that was that my aspects became very aware of how many stories there are out there where wishes go horribly wrong, where some creature or some entity turns up and it offers you the chance to make a wish or make 3 wishes, and then it all goes just horribly wrong in some way. Every culture I've ever encountered has these stories, warnings against making wishes. That you just don't know what you should be wishing for, and this creates deep reversals, very deep reversals. We hear these stories when we're little children, and they warn us to stay away from making wishes. And that is something that is energetic, that doesn't even have a name, that often doesn't have any language associated with it, meaning you can't really tap on it. You don't even know that you have some deep reversal or a blockage in your energy system that prevents you from making wishes in that heartfelt way that helps us make them come true. And so that was something that I was very interested in. And the students, they had to find a story about wishes gone bad that they had learned in their childhood. And it was quite interesting. So there was the monkey's paw, which is particularly horrendous. But there's I had students from literally all around the world, and every single one had a terrible story to say about how terrible it is about to wish for things. And yeah, that was good. And I also had them install a wishing well and to reverse this, because my past aspects felt that this was important, that there was really something important about freeing that up to have people make wishes again. And as a result of that, a bit later, I wrote The Wishing Elf. And that's sort of a Project Sanctuary story. This is about a man who meets his little wishing elf, and the elf says, "Go on then, wish for something, and I'll make it come true for you." And the man just goes on this complete downward spiral of freak out. Oh my God, what should I wish for? I can't think of anything. I'm going to wish for the wrong thing. I'm going to kill myself afterwards because I didn't think of a good wish that was really, this is an opportunity of a lifetime. Here's an elf, and he'll grant your wish. Oh my God. And all I can think of is a ball, a white ball with red dots on it. And I can't think of anything else. A white ball that I wanted when I was 2 years old. And so this man starts crying and literally rolling around, and the elf is saying to him, "Look, just I can see the ball in your mind. It's so nearly so real. Just tell me that you want the ball." And the man is just distraught and says, "Well, I can't do that. I could be ending world hunger, cancer. Ah." And so the elf says, "Right, either you wish for the ball or I'm going to go and you get nothing." So in desperation, the man says, "I wish for my ball." And poof, it appears and bounces on his laptop. And he catches it. And it feels so good and it smells so new. It's never been bounced. And he's the part of him that was that little child that wanted the ball so badly just went, "Oh." And the man wasn't quite so distraught anymore. And the elf asks him for something else. And the next thing that sprang into his mind was a strawberry ice cream in one of these really old-fashioned soda fountain glass jars. And so the elf manifests it, the guy tastes it, and he starts to understand that the elf never said 3 wishes or 7 wishes or 1 wish, just wish. And so the man then finally gets into it and he starts to wish for all the things he always wanted. They fill the room, they fill the house, they fill the garden. They have to transfer themselves onto a desert plain, which gets filled then with giant castles and mountains and herds of elephants, giant sailing yachts and more and more and more and more stuff. And the more the guy wishes, the bigger the elf becomes. And as the sun starts to go down on this plain strewn with material objects, the elf and the man are nearly the same size. And the resemblance between them is quite remarkable. And at the end of the day, they clean up the mess they made in the desert and go home. And the man says, I didn't realize I wanted so many things. I had no idea. I thought I was the sort of person that isn't interested in material objects. But I mean, I was, and I never knew that. Yeah, the elf didn't say anything to that. It's a very sensible elf, the wishing elf. But so I want to be your wishing elf today. I want to give you that opportunity to just make wishes, not confined to just 3, but just wish for something. Just that energy flow through you. Something you always wanted, but you never got it. And you don't this time. This is the important message of the wishing elf. This time, you do not have to give a reason why you want it. You do not have to explain yourself. You do not have to find some obscure reason to cover up the fact that you just want it and you don't know why. And it's okay to be wanting material objects. That's fine. Not just fine, it's seems to be a prerequisite of reconnecting ourselves with the material world in a way, to make a connection between wishes and the material world, energy and physicality. And that's really quite nice. So I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to use energy tapping. And we're not going to tap, but I would like us all right now to assume the heart position and say, I wish. And then what we're going to do is touch the point just gently, just gently. Put your hand on the point. And just say quietly whatever it is that you wish for on that point. And it's okay if it's a material object you always wanted, but you never got it. So start. I wish for. Take a deep breath in and out. And as we go through this, please notice the sensations of energy flow that happen in your body when you do this. I wish for. Top of the eyebrow point. And we can use both hands on the bilateral points. It's always nicer. I wish for. Let's go to the corner of the eye points. Let go of all limitations. If you want your own planet, your own galaxy, your own private island, it doesn't matter. You have the right to wish. I wish for. It's the under eye point. Just gently, just gently move it as you say, I wish for. I like to use the tip of the nose, the magic point, GV26. I wish for. Deep breath in and out. Under nose point, just place your finger gently there and the other finger on top. Take a deep breath in and out. I wish for. The under mouth point. I wish for. Ah. The chin point. I like to add that because that's the first point here. We take the world on the chin. Strong and brave. I wish for. Excellent. So on your fingers down your throat, get to the collarbone points. Ooh. I wish for. Oh, yes. Oh, I noticed I just said, oh, yes, at the end of that. That's a really nice idea. Okay, let's just slide round. Ah. And there's 10 more wishes awaiting. Let's do the oh, yes on the fingers. Start with the thumb. Just touch it. Massage it. I wish for. Oh, yes. Index finger. I wish for. Yes. Oh, yes. Ring finger. I wish for. Yes. Oh, yes. And, oh, sorry, that was the middle finger. Ring finger. I wish for. Ah, yes, I do. The little finger. I wish for. Ah. Ooh, now that really moved me, yes. Let's do the final 5 here today, although you do also have 10 toes for more wishes if you need them. I wish for. Yes. Yes, I do. Index finger. I wish for. Yes. Yes, I do. Ooh, and I really can start some energy feeling to move now. I wish for. Yes, deeply. Ring finger. I wish for. Yes, I do. And the little finger. I wish for. Ah, yes, I do. So what we'll do is we'll take our 10 wishes from the fingers and we'll take them to heart. And notice how that feels. So that was our first exercise. And right away, you will notice we had more than just 3 wishes. A lot more than 3 wishes. And as I say, please remember you still have the 10 toes to go. and then all the other places on your body, and there's literally a million of them where you could touch and rub and say, I make this wish. Yes. How was that for you? Give me a couple of comments and see how you felt about that, how you're feeling now. I'm starting to kind of wake up and colors a bit brighter and just something lovely has happened. I felt a switch there. Don't know which point it was when I felt this, oh yes, after making the wish. This acceptance of it, or this affirmation of it, or like when you're getting married, right? You say, I do. That sort of thing, that you kind of saying, yes, that's my wish. I admit it. Yes, that's a wish of mine. And this sort of energy flow, I'm making this movement here, this fountain movement. This is something that I just love and I find really, really exciting. Okay. Chemezia says, feels really exciting. Yes, yes, that's what I just said too. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're very, very welcome. And Ilka says, that feels so lovely. It's a very specific, strange kind of energy, isn't it? There's something special about this that is different from tapping on problems or other kinds of topics. There is something magical about wishes, something truly magical. So, yeah, today I was your wishing elf and I allowed you to make not just 3 wishes, but a flow of wishes, a stream of wishes, which woke up your energy system, our energy systems. It woke up mine too. I love that. Do you know what? I love that about modern energy. You can't just sit there like the big guru on a mushroom, all like, ugh. No, no, you've got to dive into it and you are having the experiences yourself that you are creating, encouraging the people in who are working with you, your audience, you, my dear viewers here at this moment. And that puts us in a different place, like we're working together rather than, this whole student versus teacher thing, which I have never been a fan of. Revitalize Your Life says, thank you, Sylvia. That was a lovely feeling, like a sparkling, bubbly energy. Yeah, cool. Excellent. Thank you. Hey. Ah, and Ilka says, made me happy. I feel so much more powerful. Yes. And see, that's I think why I'm so interested in the wishes. Reality creation, create your reality. Okay. I've tried every technique out there, every method in the books, everything, like many of us have over the years, tried every kind of way to create reality. But there is something about the magic of the wish. Perhaps the wish has to come first. The heartfelt wish that something should happen, that something should manifest, that something should come to us. Oh, let's see what Helen says. Helen says it changes the mindset, tunes one into things one doesn't consider, connects one to deeper part of yourself. I agree. A deeper part of ourselves. In the Wishing Elf story, the man was connecting to the 2-year-old aspect who wanted that ball with the red dots on so badly, so intensely. Like, really, children can feel this absolute 100% bandwidth of I want that. And we get trained out of it as we get older, right? We get beaten up for making a tantrum. You can't have it, it's too expensive, you don't need another ball, you already got 12, all of that. It gets kind of beaten out of us. And so we learn to self regulate the intensity of our own wishes. And if we think of this in terms of, well, any which way you want to think of it, but to have this intensity of a wish that just bubbles up in you and becomes this powerful, not even a fountain, more like a volcano, this energy raising. Surely that must put you in a better position to then go and roll up your sleeves, go out there in the hard and start digging the foundations for your kingdom or whatever it is that you're trying to create. I think this is why I'm so fascinated by it, to be able to say 100%, to reconnect with that. My elf man, I'm sure, thought of the not getting the ball as a trauma, and it probably was. But it's not about the trauma. It's about reconnecting to that intensity of a child that wants that sees that the entire universe collapses and there's only that ball left, or that ice cream, or that toy car, or whatever it was that caused that child to go into this energy mode. And those children really go to town and they really try their utmost to get the thing. They will whine, they will scream, they will bite, they will throw tantrums, they will do whatever is in their power to get to that thing. Yes, and that's deemed to be societally unacceptable, and I am not suggesting that any of us do that, but that reconnection to that, oof, that's where we want to be. And so here we come to the second promised exercise, which is the wishing well. Now that we have engaged the wish flow, I would like you to assume the heart position, if you will. And now we're going to go to the perfect place in time and space where your own personal wishing well awaits. Your own personal wishing well. This is yours alone. Nobody else will have the same one. It is perfectly aligned to all your systems, including the unknown parts of the energy system. When you step up to that wishing well, and you put a wish inside, as we're going to do in a moment, your dreams will come true. So, let us step into the perfect place in time and space where your wishing well awaits. What is the time of day here? What is the time of year? Breathe in deeply through the nose and look around. What is the weather? What are the plants in the environment? And where exactly is your wishing well, your own personal wishing well? As you move towards it, I would like you to pay attention. What it looks like, what it's made of. How do you know this is a wishing well? What is special about it? And how do you feel inside as you move towards it? And so you stand before your wishing well. And that's fantastic. Now, this wishing well is deep and it goes to the right places. The wishes will be received. And you can come here anytime you want. You can spend the next 100 years and put your wishes into this wishing well. And it will never ever get tired of it. Quite in the contrary, it'll become stronger and more powerful with every time you use it. It will be here, waiting for you, anytime you want to visit it. Knowing that this is so, let's test it out for the first time. Hold out your hands in front of you, like you were holding a crystal ball in your hand. Only this one is made of energy. It's light as light itself. And into this ball, we're going to place our first wish today. Just let it rise up in you, whatever it is. Don't block it. Let it come. You can always come back and make another wish, a different wish. This is the one today, right now. The one that came to you. Let us acknowledge that and just put it inside the ball. Can breathe a little extra energy into it as well. And then you can really feel it starting to tingle in your hands. And when you're ready, move a little bit closer. You don't have to throw it. All you have to do is simply release it into your wishing well. Ready? You can lean over the edge and watch it go. Watch it go. Watch it go. And at some point, there is a fountain of sparkles, like fairy dust coming up out of the well. Really beautiful, rising up. You can watch that go up into the sky, like many colored fireflies. And that is how you know your wish has been received. Now, I like to say, thank you, dear wishing well, and touch it with loving hands. And as it is an energy thing, I can feel it shivering in joy in return. And it is happy that I came. It is grateful for my presence, because it is only my wishes which will give meaning to its existence. It is a wishing well, and all it wishes is to serve, to receive your wishes. So you have made your wishing well very, very happy on this day. And I hope that you can sense that. So now we can say farewell to the wishing well and move right back and come back to the here and now, where we are here with me at the Energy Show, and we are having a video and we're watching a screen. Hello. And we're back. So how was that for you? I really, really enjoyed that at the multi-level. And I'm looking forward to reviewing this part and doing this myself, because I'm curious what other wishes might be going in that well. Okay, Ilka says, it's a golden wishing well surrounded by roses, all kinds of colors, with golden shining leaves. Oh, that's a beautiful one. Wow, yes. Yes, mine was sort of more medieval and old-fashioned, made from grey granite blocks that came out of the earth, and a little well house over the top. Very traditional, very, very traditional European, Middle European fairy tale style. But yeah, it was lovely. So that's the wishing well. If you have access to any kind of children of any kind, may I please encourage you to share this with them, to do the wishing well with them. If you have friends who are into holistics and energy stuff, by all means, share the wishing well with them too. And become a little bit sort of aware how this wish business is being handled in general culture. And have your own thoughts on the topic, your own ideas and your own insights. Also on how you yourself might block your own wishes because I'll never get that. Who knows? The world is a very strange place. Strange things have happened to you already in your life. Strange synchronicities, strange events. What are the chances of that? I had a whole thing with that the other day. And that's also well worth remembering that strange things can and do happen, and they happen all the time. Let's not be so cynical. Let's not be prejudicing these things. And because we're doing energy work, we've handed over our wish in such a way that the dear energy mind understands it. Who knows what the results are going to be? I'm super excited by that. I am. I'm really looking forward to making some more wishes, simply because it feels good, and it also reconnects you to who you are at the end of the day. Helen says, my wishing well was a jet black pool visited before, from which very interesting things were drawn. Okay. So it was a sanctuary pool, but you didn't really know it was a wishing well as well. Cool. Excellent. Oh man, that's not much to ask for, is it? I wished to visit energetic hotspots in Scotland, a wish that has so far evaded me, but that I would really like to make come true. Helen, I should have a little wand with a star on the end. I'm going to make myself one of those. Your dream will come true sooner than you think. There we go. There's not much to ask for. It really isn't. All right. So we had the wishing elf that clears the way for us to be able to make wishes again. Then we had the sanctuary wishing well, which passes on our wishes at the energetic level to a system that can actually do something about it. And then the third one came in. Are you ready for our third set on wishes? I am. And of course, you all know what that is. When you wish upon a star. Ooh. Now, what's the difference between wishing upon a star and using the wishing well? Interesting question. My instant response is when you wish upon a star, it's asking your soul for help or passing your wish over to your immortal soul. That's a totally different energy level, much higher up in the greater scheme of things, different sense of magic and mysticalness when you tune into making a wish upon a star. I'm really looking forward to doing that. I am. Would you like to join me now to make a wish upon a star? And please trust yourself that you will think of the right kind of wish for this level, that you will naturally have the right kind of wish for this level. And if you don't, if it's completely the wrong kind of wish for that level, I am sure our immortal soul, who is us and who loves us unconditionally and immortally, will smile upon us and forgive us. And like the wishing well, shiver in gratitude that we are even talking to it, that we are even trying to connect with it. And I think that's really beautiful. So yeah, let us assume the heart position one more time. We do this to let everybody know, the conscious mind, the unconscious mind, the energy body, the powers that be, the soul, everybody who's listening in, that we are doing something on that level now. That's why we assume the heart position. So take a deep breath in and out. And make a nice little sound as the air is released. If you are a little bit sensitive to energy, you can notice in your body the difference it makes when you're adding your voice to that moment of relaxation. Ah, lovely. Okay. So here we're going to step into a different kind of habitat. Here we step simply onto a purple plane that is absolutely going on forever, and there is no bend to the horizon. And this is how we know that we are not in physical reality anymore, but on a different level. Just take a moment to get very comfortable here, because gravity is much, much lighter. And the air to breathe is of a crystal purity that cannot be found in physical reality at all. And just being here and breathing this air into every single cell of your body and all the places that lie between them is energizing, is uplifting, and reminding yourself that you are more than your physical body. That there are realms beyond what man can measure, and so much more beyond. So as you're looking at that horizon that doesn't bend, tells you this is an infinity plane, you can raise your eyes up slowly and begin to see the stars above. These stars are not just any stars. They are the representation of the high positive events in your life. And one of these stars up above is of a different nature, a different order. It is brighter, but connected to all the little stars around it. And it is this star that we want to focus on, our soul star. Move so that it is straight ahead and straight up in front of you. Take a deep breath of the crystalline air, and as before, simply hold out your hands. And here on this round, this is much more profoundly direct, that you can see that sphere, and it's a huge sphere. It's much, much bigger. It's opalescent, sparkling, living light inside. And that sphere is going to hold your soul wish today. Place your soul wish inside the sphere. And when you are ready, release it very gently up towards the soul star, like you would encourage a bird to fly. Watch it go. Watch it travel up. And watch it gather speed as the soul star itself is drawing it ever faster to itself. ever faster. And there's this final movement, and you have a bright white explosion that lets you know that your wish has been received. There are sparkling, bright white fireworks in the night sky for a little while, and they just rain a blessing upon you and upon the entire plane of existence, and further out in all dimensions, all directions, so that all manner of entities and beings all of a sudden turn their head. Ooh, something happened in the universe. Someone made a wish. A successful wish. You just take a moment to enjoy this. This time, this moment, this experience. And when you're ready, gently step back and come back to the heart position. And from the heart position, back into the room here with me. Hello. Welcome back. Now, how was that? I absolutely loved that. It gave me such a wonderful energy experience. And I just sincerely hope from the bottom of my heart that you loved it too, that you enjoyed it too. And not only that you're going to go on and share this with others, because it is such a lovely, lovely thing to do and to experience. Oh, see? How was it for you? Let me know. I really would love to know in the comments what your experiences are with these things. That helps guide me towards what the energy show should be, what it should be all about, to, serve you guys and use my particular talents and gifts and contributions in the best way that I can. Oh, dear Ilka. Ilka says, wow, this is powerful, giving me goosebumps. Excellent. Excellent. This is, see, in modern energy, we have this rule, which is it isn't real until you feel it. Feel it's real. The sixth sense sensation, the shivers, the pressure releases, the things going down your back or down your legs or wherever things are happening in that you could, that's your energy body moving, doing things. And we can feel it through our physical body. That's the sixth sense. And I love that. If you don't sense it, then it was nothing much happened. But if you do get those physical reactions, these physical sensations, something did happen. And even better, if those were nice sensations, pleasurable sensations, good sensations, you can be assured that you just did something wonderful for your own energy body. All right. And so that was our 3 wishes. The wishing elf, the wishing well, and wishing upon a star. I think all 3 are beautiful. They have their own special applications, but doing them all 3 in the sequence, I think, is also a special experience in itself. Ah. Helen McAfee says, I love the magical turn the energy show has taken. All these exercises I will return to. I need to develop my list of wishes. Yes, now that is a result for me, that a person out there far away is beginning to think about their wishes and become more aware of what they are. And really, that's the first step towards doing something, towards manifesting whatever it is, to be clear what you want and to not reverse yourself the whole time, like the wishing elf man did by saying, oh, I should want something else. Don't do it to yourselves, folks. Don't do it to yourselves. Want what you want with all your heart. Then we can, once we know what that is, then we can always discuss it later or do something else with it later. But first, we need to get past the blockage, know what it is we want, to, not be ashamed of wanting a big bag of diamonds or a golden crown like the queen with a big diamond on top. Don't be ashamed of it. Just want it. Fine, It might morph into a metaphor. It might be fulfilled in a really surprising way, in some other shape or form. Who knows? But let's open up the possibility of wonderful things coming into existence, surprisingly, as often they do. Now, I would very much like for you guys to come back to this video when something has happened and you've connected it directly with what we did today, because I'm kind of working on my powers as a wishing elf. And good feedback will encourage me and make me powerful and stronger and grow. And that would be wonderful. Hey, Revitalize Your Life says something. Wow, that was a magical experience. As soon as I stepped onto the purple plane, the soles of my feet started tingling and energy flowed powerfully through me as I went through the process. Thank you. Excellent and very, very well done. Very well done. Good. This is just a life skill to be able to transfer your consciousness from here and now to there and then. And it has 1,001 uses. It has infinite uses. And to be able to do that so well, that's excellent. Excellent. Excellent job, everybody. Extra special thanks today to Jamazier, Helen, and Ilka, and Revitalize. You need to let me know one of these days what your name is, so I don't have to call you Revitalize, although that is a great name, let's face it. Subscribe to Revitalize Your Life's channel, everybody. We need to support each other. Oh, thank you, dear Ilka. Ilka says, I'm so grateful. Thank you so much. You are most welcome. I am literally here to try and make people happier. That's my raison d'etre, or however you pronounce that. This is like the wishing well exists for your wishes. And if you don't put any wishes in it, it has no reason to exist. I feel that I exist to tell people about energy and bring them back to themselves and to a more realistic way of thinking about life. And combine love and logic. I am here to serve you guys. So let me know what you would like to see more of, what you enjoy, what I can do for you that nobody else can. That's very important. No, there's no point for me doing things that everybody else does. I have a special set of quality and talents that I bring to the world. And I would love to get more into being me and doing what I love with people who love what I love to do. And we don't need millions of them. We don't need millions of them. Just some. And together we can do wonderful things. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for taking part in the exercises. Please leave a like, a comment. If you enjoyed this show, please share it with friends who would like this too. That would make me very happy. I'm going to send you, I'm the wishing elf today, I'm going to send you all my blessings and my absolute best, love and energy that your dreams will come true. Lots of love. And I'll see you again next week for the Energy Show, Sunday Live with Sylvia. Bye. Bye for now.